Hello people, this is Power here with, this is again a entirely separate video just because I said pre-orders are typically their own. And as you can see here, all my Sotos have been lovely built. Obviously this one being pure perfection, so now this is my entire Soto collection as of now. Obviously the last Geo one I plan on getting is Geo Trinity. And then build, I am obviously going to go for cross build Summit Bike and Tori UFO because Summit Tori best match. And then with 0-1, I'm going to go with Biting Shark and Flaming Tiger. I kind of don't want to jump on like Jin, Vulcan Assault Wolf, and Rampage Vulcan just because I already have RKFs of them. I'm aware that the solos are a lot better, but it's just like with Vulcan Assault Wolf, I'm already in the figure art, so it's just like eh. But anyways, right now it's like 7 or no, it's 8:06 right now about, but then like around like 6 or so I can just like, you know, because he quickly like went upstairs and he came back with this box and handed it to me like, huh. Because I actually thought this was gonna come later, like next week, but apparently this is a collectibles box, so I'm curious as to what this one is, because this one was pretty light. So I'm not going to assume much out of it, because if it is what I think it is, then yeah. So, yep. It's only the singular one for some reason, which I'm confused about. Huh. I don't know why they didn't ship the two of them together, but they might have not received it yet, most likely. But yeah, here's the Zaya Slashriser. That's it. Well, this is not what you guys might have been expecting, but well, I actually believe is mine because the previous one that came was Leopardon, which is Reagan did not do a video on, but because he was shocked that that came. I think that was like 2 Saturdays ago, but this is another one that went through. But obviously it's not what I was expecting first, just because, you know, I'll explain it later. Okay. I don't know how much this was, or I can tell me, but yep, it's the A.I.M.S Narikiri set. Because I got the second shipment, and for some reason, for us with Toku Collectibles, it just seems like we're getting our second shipment of things, because, you know, I didn't get this right away, which I know it's like, I don't know. But yeah, I know it's like, why'd you even bother getting this? I'll go on to that later. But obviously, at this point, I'm actually gonna split my pre-orders within two videos, because a lot of things went wrong. So basically, first of all, obviously, I only have. So obviously, I only have the Slashriser and this, and I'll like, at the, I guess this is maybe the thing of like this is what you get for buying it through deposit. You're not like, like obviously like Total Collectibles has to like fulfill everyone that pre-ordered it like full price, and then they'll take care of like the people that like did the deposits. But what I don't understand, like especially with the Raid Riser stuff, is that like everyone that I know that got the Raid Riser and the Progress Key Set 1s have already received theirs. Except for us. So it's just like, I'm afraid that my Raid Riser stuff went through the same process as Raiken's Kiramagen, because I was initially going to have him explain it, but because I thought the way that Total Collectibles was going to do is that they're going to like hold all of our September stuff together into like one box and then like ship it all, and it'll be like all expensive and such. But they only did that for us with like May or like with April stuff. So basically what happened with Raiken's Kiramagen is that so basically Zrykin never received a invoice. Right? He never received like a thing or like an email to tell him to pay for it. So he contacted them, and they like, they told him that like, oh, did you make sure to check your inbox again or check your spam? And then like Zrykin like had the truth to say like, yeah, I've checked it multiple times and I have never received it. And to which they told him that, well, we had 3 shipments and they're all gone now, so we're gonna carry that credit to another one of your pre-orders and such. So that's what they did. So basically the money that Zrykin paid for Kiramagen, they decided that they're gonna put that in with the Dark Riser when we pre-ordered that. But now, I'm slightly worried that I might meet that, I'm gonna meet that same fate with my Raid Riser stuff, which I'm really upset about. Not with Total Collectibles, just because like I'm really upset about that because I love the Raid Riser and I was really psyched on getting it, but then everything just had to fall apart with it, which just sucks for me. Because another thing too is that our order for Progress Key Set 2 got canceled on us because Zrykin couldn't pay it in the time span that it was given to us because the bank kept rejecting the payment because of suspicious activity. And again, I don't know which order this is going to go in, but I'm going to reiterate it in case if I actually do explain in a different video and such. But our bank is very secure about like, like suspicious activity and such, which I'm fine with. And like, that's good on that's good on our bank. But Zrykin absolutely hates that because he's just like, because obviously like, with like everything else he pays through like PayPal, I believe. And like Amazon Japan's like the only site for him that actually like makes him have to buy through card. And the bank keeps rejecting it because they think it's like suspicious activity and such. So like now I'm having like slight regret of buying it directly off of Amazon Japan, because it's like we probably should have just bought it. Like we should have done like a backup thing and bought it through like buy or something. It's gonna be more, but it's like, you know, more secure. Because now we have to wait for like Mandarake to like actually have it in stock. So that's gonna be fun. But yeah, so I guess what I can officially say is that I'm not allowed to get things off of Amazon Japan anymore directly. Because Riken doesn't like that place. But the only way we can order from Amazon Japan is through buy, even if it means extra fees. But, you know, I do have plans going on buy because I need to get some Zet stuff. So, yeah, just let me, you know, tweet this up and explain the situation to people, and we will open this up and the Slashriser. Like, Slashriser hasn't been open for like 3 weeks. Okay, for some reason the picture was like really yellow and such, but I'm gonna move my ultra metals and actually. So yeah, this video now officially became part 1 of the pre-orders, even though I initially did not want that to be the case. And this is not... Because the issue with my tripod is that it's not straight, it's like curved. But, like, the thing is that it's not even like, it seems more straighter now, but, you know, my camera won't have those issues. See, I was actually going to open the Slashriser first, but because that did come out first, but then it's like, do we want to end it underwhelmingly, or do we want to just start with small to big? And the lights are weird. I don't know if this is because of iOS 14, but yeah, the box is really basic for sure. Yeah, you can't see that. But again, like, it might sound like I'm mean, like I'm like being negative towards Toku Collectibles. I'm not. They're still a great service and such. It's just kind of like, and you know, they're quick to respond and such, but it's just kind of like, I'm just, I don't know. It's like, I don't want to question them on the manner because of the fact it's like, you know, we already like so I can already like message them about his cure Majin and such, and I don't want to like, you know, just keep asking like, hey, like, where's this product from us and such, because everyone else is already receiving it. I don't want to like be too cheeky with it, because then, you know, I don't want to experience like, oh yeah, ban and such. But I don't know, at the same time, it's just like, I am being kind of cautious of like, okay, when are we going to actually get this and such? Because the thing is like, we still have not received like, you know, emails on like, oh yeah, like, this is coming in and such. Because like, he received it for this, and I think he told me about this like earlier this week and such, but why is this so hard? Jeez, I really don't like trying to like I don't like it when I feel like I'm like ripping this. But, okay, so here's everything that this comes with. So Russian Cheetah gets its own space. What the heck? There's no What? There's no... There's no, dialogue thing. That doesn't make sense, and this is fun. I understand it's because they want to make it secure for the PowerRider keys, but at the same time, it's just like this is not fun to deal with, especially because. Well, I don't think if this was in plastic, definitely I would have put them back in, but because it's, I don't know, I was going to say, what am I talking about? I don't think I can even put them back in this box anyway, so you know what, how do we exactly deal with this? I don't know how much this was altogether, if I have to be honest. I know it was 35 deposit, but oh my gosh. I guess we're like, I don't know, I kind of don't want to do the thing where I just like yeah, I probably should have just done this first. No, no, let's tape. Yeah, I guess. Cheetah's easy because it's just this by itself. Oh, great. Oh, okay. Myself and I'm ruining the box. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh. These PowerRider boxes are like so weird. Because they're like, I understand they're like trying to like just reduce. I guess what I'm trying to see is that they're trying to reduce how like the plastic usage. And the issue here now is that this is not going to sit flush. Okay, so here's all the contents that are included. So I know like people might be like wondering, it's like, Power, where the heck did you get this if like there's going to be more memorial versions of these? And they're most likely going to carry over the some phrases from here. Well, I actually obviously I mostly got this for the Rise phone, which is why when this was coming out, I was like, well, shoot, we gotta get this one then. But obviously, I got it because of the novelty, or the dumb novelty of these two PowerRider. I wish there was more of these, but I guess A.I.M.S is the only one that actually was canon. This is just a huge sticker. Okay, yeah, that's definitely different. and such. So I believe this is literally just a like normal like. I'm pretty sure it still takes 3. If it's like it still takes 3 soul batteries.
内閣官房直属の対人工知能特務機関 A.I.M.S です。不破が仮面ライダーバルカンに変身を遂行。ついに始まりました。これでも A.I.M.S の技術顧問だからな。お任せで一巻握ってもらおう。さっきから携帯いじってるだけじゃねえか。勝手にしろ。俺は俺のやり方で探す。分かってないな。道具は使いようだ。
I really like this silver.
マギアの反応を確認。現場に急行する。操作方法の可視化のため撮影をさせてもらう。01が進化した。01じゃない。あれは別の何かだ。
Like that one, I feel like most likely will be in the memorial version of this somehow.
内閣官房直属の対人工知能特務機関 A.I.M.S です。
Okay, that was it.
これより遺伝インテリジェンスに対し取り調べを行います。私は技術顧問の刃優愛。そして捜査官の不破勇だ。覚悟しろ。返答次第ではお前を連行する。
You can't press the button. This is literally a candy toy or a candy toy dash phone, but I think that was not it actually. Unless I skipped something. So I think there's like at least 6 of these.
もしもし、私だ。あ、すいません、間違えました。もしもし、A.I.M.Sまでカツ丼10杯至急頼む。いつもの栄養ドリンクも50本つけといてくれ。もしもし、今どこにいるんだ。早く寿司を食べに行くぞ。おい、起きろ。まったく世話のかかるやつだ。おい、起きろ。俺だってまだ眠いんだ。気合い入れろ。もしもし、最近働きすぎじゃないか。無理はするなよ。もしもし、迷った時は自分の思うようにやれ。責任は俺が取る。不満じゃないんだが、上司が白い服しか着ないんだ。君はどう思う？
I don't know if Fua and Yua have 6 phrases each in this mode to make it 12.
おい、勘違いしてるようだから言っておくが、俺はゴリラじゃねえぞ。あ、もしもし？間違えた。私だ。刃優愛だ。もしもし、私だ。あ、すいません、間違えました。
I think that was it. I'm pretty sure.
もしもし、A.I.M.Sまでカツ丼10
I
杯
wish it was. I wish it alternated
いつもの栄
between
養
the
ドリンク
two.
も50本つけといてくれ。
I would have rather preferred if it alternated between the two instead of just being random. But honestly, the difference between this one is significant because this one I don't believe you can actually authorize. Well, I'm pretty sure you can still authorize something. Yeah. Obviously you can't slot it in. However, you can do like this. You can't. This is like essentially this is like another like Breaking Mammoth dummy. But yeah, I know it's dumb that like I mostly got this for the phone, and yeah, it technically does the least. Like, and I'm also aware that like it's supposed to be like this, but I don't know. I just go off by how I got Biting Shark. But actually, let's compare the ringtones. Yeah, this one doesn't last as long, and obviously proportionate wise. The only thing that's different, oh, I actually didn't realize there were like different screens, but they only changed 2 of them. I think this one's like, so Naruto doesn't have a weather app for some reason, nor a GPS map. So you know, I'll say the novelty of this one is that you can put a phone case on it, and now it's an A.I.M.S one. So then you can do like, so I think they put this camera on here on purpose. I was actually going to say what's the QR code, but it's the camera. But yeah, I'm honestly just gonna keep this cover on, just because so then it just doesn't like sit on the side. But like I like the addition of this. It's neat. Okay, so now we have grab these 2 because they're on my holders. So obviously this is our original wolf. So I'm gonna have like 3. I'm gonna have 3 wolves and then like 3 cheetahs by the end of this series. And I only have like 1 hopper. I'm gonna only have like 2 hoppers because surprisingly there's actually there's not a lot of variants on Rise and Hopper. They're like the exact same because obviously like the Christmas one is actually different colors and such. Real Hopper, or not Real Hopper, Realize, the opening version of Rise and Hopper actually is like different, but and obviously with this one you can't open it. Like, at first, I thought it was literally going to be like this, where you can't, like, open it at all. But I think because they want to emulate it when he does it like this, when he does this and such. And honestly, I'm all for that. Like, now, I guess the thing that you're going to worry about the most is that whether or not this will actually break, which I can see it can, because there's obviously like a square block now molded in here. So then this can't open fully because most likely, yeah, so they molded like a square block so then it blocks one of these. So then it can only open like this. But honestly, it's just like, you know, it's nice to have a ProRice because I can't open. And my colors are being really weird, but... I just realized, can I do this? These don't even have QR codes, so this is like definitely like CSM quality, but yeah, technically. So yeah, you can do that.
お前みたいな危ないやつに許可するわけがないだろ。
A.I.M.S の隊長は俺だ。
そのA.I.M.S の武装指揮権は私にある。とにかく手分けしてヒューマギアの行方を追跡するぞ。
ヒューマギアは残らずぶっ潰す。
Okay. Actually getting the second one now, it actually made me realize that this is not from me. Because I thought I did this. But no, it was always there.
俺がやると言ったらやる。俺がルールだ。
Is that it?
ヒューマギアは人を傷つける。人類の敵だ。一つ残らずぶっ潰す。
I wish they had the sound of when he like opened it. Because I was trying to look at the sound rips and I couldn't find that.
顔を背けたらそこで終わりだ。白衣の天使だろうと暴走したら破壊する。これでおあいこだな。
不破、
あ？
私はいつかお前を裏切るかもしれない。私と戦う日が来たら。
その時は俺が勝つ。
そうか。
変身しろ。システムが負傷を少しはカバーしてくれる。
And the thing is that the light doesn't go off. I don't know why it doesn't. But
なんでウルフのキーをお前が持ってんだ。ウルフといえば俺のもんだろ。笑いなんていらねえんだよ。俺に必要なのは怒りだ。デイブレイクのあの日から俺は怒りで今日まで生きてきた。怒りが俺を支えたんだ。滅亡人類ネットをぶっ潰す。それが俺の全てだ。
see, they added in that one part, but it's not like the sound itself. And you can see like somewhat the light is coordinated to what Fua is saying, but not really.
変身して畳みかける。
And also,
開かない。
I really feel like I will break this.
力ずくで外せばいいだろう。
Here's the best thing.
おいやいば、ウルフのキーが少し調子が悪くなった。修理頼む。
So you want a sound of Fua struggling to open the key for like at least 30 seconds. There you go. Yeah, I see. That's what I meant. Like they don't have the sound of him like opening it,
力ずくで外せばいいだろう。
and that's. And I don't know what this does. These clearly don't do anything. They're just there, and that's how you turn it off, I guess.
プログライヒュー、俺がやヒュー顔。白衣の天使だろう。力ずくで外せばいいだろう。
So that's how you turn it off, I guess. But yeah, by me doing this clearly doesn't do anything. And I believe if I do this, because these buttons don't do anything, I can't do the try me. So Okay. Yeah, so I don't think I can access this thing's like demo or demo mode at all because you can't press these. You can only press this. And that doesn't appear to do anything because it's like, what else is this supposed to do? You can't, like, you can still authorize stuff. But this thing itself won't authorize because it's not meant to do that. But yeah, obviously it's just neat to have a key that can't open. That's like, oh, obviously we have keys that can't open, but like, it's neat to have a key that can partially, like, its whole point is that you can't open it. Last but not least, okay, so, oh shoot, I forgot the tab is in here. That's going to be an annoying thing. I think this is going to be the only one where I actually have to. Oh my gosh, that's a bright orange. I think this is the only one where I actually have to have the tab. Like, yeah, okay, that's gonna be a difficult thing. How the heck am I supposed to? Oh my gosh, I hate this. So if I actually want to put the tab back in this one, I think I'm actually gonna have to constantly unscrew. Nope. Okay. That's too steep though, but yeah, I think I'm gonna have to constantly keep unscrewing this if I want to actually put the tab back in, but so I don't. This is bigger than I was expecting it to be. I thought it was just gonna fit like shit. I can't get it to spin. So this one, obviously, you can still spin and such. Obviously, it's the same thing. It's just that this spinner is added. But how do you spin this? Am I doing this wrong? Am I having the same issue that PowerRider Japan have? Because look at the spin. Yeah, I'm actually gonna look into this right now. So obviously the spinner is just simply like applied via the screw. To which you then just simply so by this long screw, because the screw, it would initially just be that screw in here, but I don't. Yeah, okay, this is a huge issue with my spinner. It's too, like, it's too stuck. I don't know how you fix that, though. I don't want to scrap this screw, or scrape. Because I just got it. But so I'm simply just gonna like, I'm gonna see if somehow loosening the screw, like just basically unscrewing and rescrewing it, will actually help. It won't, but Okay, so this is not how I was expecting it to go. Because this is still attached no matter what. I don't know what to do. But yes, you can in fact put the spinner on any PowerRider key. So like, obviously, if I wanted to, I can put this within Shooting Wolf because I can, and it seems like the screws for this toy, or it just seems like for the center they're black. So. Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to spin this thing. Yeah, I'm probably doing something completely wrong. Yeah, I'm probably doing something completely wrong that I'm not getting this to spin. But yeah, I can't get it to spin, honestly. Yeah, mine's too tight, is the thing. Because this can spin, but this cannot. So that's great.
一つ教えておいてやる。バックアップさえあればいつでも復元できる。それが人工知能。それがヒューマギアだ。たとえ壊しても作り直せば済む話。ただの道具だ。人工知能特別包囲班を確認。すべて破壊する。ちょうどいい。テストだ。うわ、なぜ助けた？
お前はなぜあの病院で俺を助けた？
助けたいと思ったからだ。
俺もだ。俺は俺の信じる者のために戦ってる。お前もそうなんだろう。
ああ。
だったらそれでいい。
一つ教えておいてやる。バックアップさえあればいつでも復元できる。それが人工知能。それがヒューマギアだ。たとえ壊しても作り直せば済む話。ただの道具だ。人工知能特別包囲班を確認。すべて破壊する。
Okay, I went through. Okay. I think the Fua phrase was the last one. However, she has a lot more holds. Am I actually supposed to press it? I can't even spin it.
よし。それじゃあ早速。10回転。まだまだだな。もっとスナップを効かせて。 20回転か。こんなもんじゃないな。
See, I feel like these races specifically are for this because it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like a mini game kind of thing. It's like she's trying to test how long she can spin it.
自分の力を信じろ。
But I wouldn't know.
30回転だ。腕がしびれてきたな。限界を超えてみせる。いや、40回転だ。やったぞ。
Like, I don't think this is from the show.
どうする。これ以上は危険な領域だ。だがやってみせる。はっ。 50回転だ。危なかった。意識がなくなりかけた。今日はここまでにしよう。 よし。
Okay.
それじゃあ早速もっとスナップを効かせて自分の力を信じろ。限界を超えてみせる。どうする。これ以上は危険な領域だ。
So basically, this is supposed to be like you spinning it and then like.
ちょうどいい。ふわ一つただ陣長ふわ。
How do you turn off the light for this
な
one?
よし。一つ教えておいてやる。もっとスナップを効かせて自分の力を信じろ。ただの道具
The
だ。
heck? You can't turn off the light for this
ちょう
one.
どいい。テストだ。ふわ。なぜ助けた。
お前はなぜあの病院で俺を助けた。
限界を超えてみせる。どうする。一つ教えておいてやる。ただの道具だ。人工知能特別
You can't turn off the light for this one. That's stupid. At least Fua's allows you to.
力ずくで外せばいいだろ。
See, because when you... It turns it off. This one, you're stuck to, like, having it on all the time.
一つ教えただの人工知能ちょうどいい。ふわ。一つ教えておいて
Okay,
やる。
so she has, like, 5 phrases, but then she has, like, 6 additional, like, holds.
それもっとスナップを
Because I think Fua has 12.
限界を超えてみせる。どうする。これ
So yeah, this one you have to reset it. Yeah, actually, because I forgot that technically you're supposed to hold it from here, and then you can't do that. But yeah, it must be that I'm doing something completely wrong at how I'm spinning it, or it's like I can't spin this at all. Like, I can't spin this. Like, I can't. It's stuck. Like, I can't spin this. I can't spin this in my hand because it's just constantly stuck. And like, again, maybe, I don't know, like, maybe my hand is too small. But I can't spin this. Because I was like, oh, like maybe let me try to put it on another thing, but it's like, it's not going to work because it's not based off what you put on. It's literally this thing. Because this part can spin fine. as I fail. That can spin fine when it wants to. But this can, like... I don't think it can last a long time. Because you can just hear it constantly, like, squeaking. And then when you try to put the two of these together, it just becomes a mess. So, I thought this one would have been fun, just because of like, oh look, it spins and such, but honestly, I'm kind of like, I actually am disappointed that I do have the flaw that it doesn't spin well, because I thought the second wave would have fixed it. Because I think it just varies between person, I guess. Plus, this is just horrible, to try to put the batteries back in. The tab back in, because I don't want to constantly... There. So, yeah, this is... I don't even like how this works, and it's just like... It's just a mess. Obviously, you can't put it in things. You can only put it in Breaking Mammoth like this, but other than that, it's just like... I wish this thing can actually spin, but it can't. But yeah, I'm gonna probably say, like, if I had to rank it, yeah, like this, exactly like that. It's just that I, like, obviously, like, essentially how I saw this is that they needed to release the normal hidden, or not the hidden. They needed to release the normal Rise phone somehow, so they just decided to make it an AIM-centric thing. And they did this one for memes, and this one just because why not? And this one, despite being the most normal looking, it's the weakest just because my spinner is really bad. This one's just fun to, like, you know, sit down at. Like, this is just a dumb PowerRider key just to, like, have, like, next to you and just be like, just do that. Or, like, pretend that you can't, like, open it, but then, like, make sure you can't, or make sure you don't break it. This one is just, like, you know, I got a dumb phone. just tap away and, like, you know, just make it act like it's a remote. Why did I say wand? Just pretend it's like, I don't know, some kind of like remote, because it's just a button. So yeah, that's all I will say for that. I'll be back soon, but I will be opening up the Slashriser. Okay, so I'm just gonna say right now, because I had to do something, but I watched Kyoryu Japan's video on this, and I did it wrong because you can remove that piece. However, I think I would do a hacking the system, despite how that doesn't really work. I would do a hacking the system on this, because I think it's better for me to actually cover the toy how it is right now. So then I'm actually pointing out, like, as this gets stuck. So then I'm pointing out, so I'm, like, you know, projecting how the toy actually comes in, not by, like, oh look, you can actually spin it, because you can't. So yeah. So after like again, like 3 weeks, like or almost a month. This thing hasn't been opened, so let's get straight to that because I've kind of been like waiting for this thing. It's kind of why with a video I made on Twitter with like my or what I try to do, like closest thing of like having the non-DX Legend Rider progress keys having finishers. I added a Slashriser bit just because I was like, man, I really want to play with this thing. And like even Zarkino, like, you know, like I was like just thinking, it's like, man, when is our Slashriser going to come in? Then I forgot, like, oh yeah, we have it, it's just sitting. Because he was wondering when I was going to open it. And I told him, like, well, when we get the Raid Riser stuff, he was like, oh, okay then. Because he was like, what, are you going to, like, he's like, are you waiting until, like, the weekend to, like, play with it, like, to open it? I was like, no, I'm waiting for the Raid Riser stuff. It's like, oh. Okay, I can't get a grip on this. That gets stuck. Here it is after several months. I'm gonna probably have to cut. I don't like doing that. Oh gosh, I'm not. I need to preserve this in some fashion. And I'm not doing a good job at it. that was like the worst. That was just horrible. Okay, so here is the Slashriser with its paper. So I gotta take this off as smoothly as I can. Hopefully this one I can actually preserve, because I failed to preserve the VS Memorial set because that was just, that box was way too big to like try to like put this back in. Okay. Oh shoot. Look this up. Yeah, okay, this is an issue. I feel like every move I do, it's gonna rip it. And that's not good. Every slight tug I do, I feel like it's gonna rip this. So what if I hold it by here? There we go. So here we have it, the Zaya Slashriser finally out of its box. Honestly, when I'm done covering this, I'm trying to figure out how exactly this went. Yep, it's finally out of its box after like a month. Okay. I actually don't remember if I like stated this already, or this was just during my own time, but I actually compared the, like, you know, the package, the brown box, when it was still in there, with the like Shotriser box, and like surprisingly it's a different size, because I thought it would have been the exact same, but it's not. So it nothing here. It doesn't even say Kamen Jin burning. It doesn't have like Zaya or anything, which is weird. Kamen Jin burning Falcon. So it still somewhat carries over like what Ichigata did with the Cyclone Riser. That's boxed right now, so I can't grab that. This is pretty hefty. Slashriser. This one I'm thankful I actually did pre-order because I don't know why this thing's like $100. It's not worth it. I think I sadly did get it for that much altogether. Oh, great. And apparently there's going to be repaints in the movie, which I did not know about. But I'm so happy there's going to be movie raiders because I'm like, I want movie raiders. I was going to tweet that out, but then apparently they're already a thing. Okay. So these are the same exact straps as this shot riser, which I'm gonna have to dig for because they're at the back. So they're curved, but you know, the typical riser straps we've been getting. So yeah. The Sengoku Driver Maroon version. So this looks way more paler than in person than what the camera is showing. I think this one's called Has there always been text right here? Or I guess what I mean is that has there always been Chinese or Mandarin here? This is obviously Korean. This is Japanese, obviously, but I don't remember these being ever here. It makes sense, but here's the Z-Con band or something. I like how smooth this feels, because I actually had to replace the batteries in my shot riser recently, but obviously this is the original grip for the original band, and it's, you know, gosh, it's been through a lot. As I drop it on top of the 1000 driver. Okay. The PowerRider key. This one is number 27. 027. I wonder. What was metal cluster? 025. And Gatling is 0. Okay, so Gatling's 26, then Burning Falcon's 20. 27. And what's the 02? 32. Caucasus is 30, so we don't have a 29. nor 31. So that's interesting. So here's Burning Falcon. Like, I should actually probably look at this in person, not through the camera, because then, just so that I can get my thoughts on it. Like, I like it. I'm personally would have just preferred if it was just this. Like, put what this did and have this color scheme. Like, you can keep everything, just, I don't like the fact that it's just a normal progress key. Because I wanted everyone to obtain their own versions of these progress keys, because literally only Zero and Vulcan have it. Like, I'm fine if you omit this part. Like, just have a gap here and still allow the assault trigger. But no, they don't do that. They just, oh yeah, let's reuse a progress key. Like the typical progress key. It's just like, no, like that's honestly kind of just laziness, if I have to be honest. I just wanted everyone to obtain their own version of this, and I don't think that's even going to happen. I want Valkyrie to at least get her own. She won't, because, you know, for some reason they're going to reuse, like, out of all things, or out of all the times they actually are going to reuse this, it's the worst movie form ever. Like, if it was for a V cinema, I would be okay with it. But this is a movie, and they're cheapening out on it. It's like, what the heck? And you have to keep in mind, this was planned from the start. It's not because of, like, because of current events that they had to cheapen out on it. No, this was planned from, like, at least, like, before everything that's happening. So it's just, like, the fact that they were planning on just doing a straight-up repaint for a summer movie, yeah, that's lazy, for sure. Inferno bird! I can't do a bird.
Burning Falcon's abilities. Infernal Whip. Burning Falcon's abilities.
And this one's actually interesting, because this is our first ProRes key where the image is actually inverted, because typically, to depict the animal, it's actually white, but now here, it's actually, as I said, they inverted it, so now it's the, like, animal is actually black. So, like, technically this means, because typically, like, you know, like, the black spots, that's the wrong wolf. See, so typically they're like this, where, like, obviously because they want the lights to emit so that it shows the animal, but then with Burning Falcon, they actually want to do the opposite of making it stand out by having the LEDs emit elsewhere. So that's really interesting for sure. Actually, I'll keep that. Last but not least, we have the Slashriser itself. It's more flatter than I thought, or I was expecting it to be. And actually, I should just bring this up because I just put this together for some reason. I think the neat thing with these premium boxes is that we actually get the suits on the packaging, because, you know, for some reason now they're like actual suits on the retail boxes. Ew, put some CGI model. And like that just frustrates me, like, because honestly to me that just screams laziness. Like here, like 02, I don't know why this is still here. See, like, yes, the CGI model looks good, But the thing is that we only have 2 pictures of this suit on the packaging. And it's like, what the heck, guys? You have way more pictures of this. Why are you cheapening out? Why is it orientated like this? Huh. But then, let's count how much pictures of Jin, Burning Falcon are on here. More than 02. Front, 1. Top, 2. Left, 3. Back, 4. How the heck can a premium Bandai product have way more actual suit pictures than a retail toy? Like, that infuriates me so much. Probably because it has a lot more dedication. Although this thing is stupidly premium Bandai, but Slashriser, this is a nice dagger, and obviously the trigger is like pretty neat. I don't know, this thing's a like, this is a neat dagger. Oh. Huh, I didn't know that. There's literally a gap right here. Huh. But, this is like a really interesting remold, for sure. As my camera just loses light. Because obviously it's supposed to be like, base-wise, it's the Slashriser, but they obviously have to realign the handle. And, like, I think, like, as a dagger, it fits well, especially because it's the same handle. I think they had to remold it so then they can put in a new trigger. But then this blade, I'm like, it's fine. Because it's obviously a transformation device than a weapon. I don't know why, but I just like this so much. I don't know. It's just, ever since, like, I was, like, watching videos and such, I'm like, I just want to press this. Like, I don't know. This is just so appealing. This is, like, the most appealing eject button ever. It's more pressy than the Slasher or the Shotriser. But yeah, this is a really nice remold for sure. Where's I was getting confused. And before we actually do this, let's mount it in here. Huh, okay, so, well, obviously, like, I actually thought there was going to be issues with this sitting, but, okay, so it can't sit like this, but, otherwise, this is actually sitting like, yeah, this actually sits fine. I'm actually impressed. Like, yeah, it's gonna like press down here, but other than that, this is actually pretty neat. Okay. Gosh, the lights. So let's take our straps. Okay, so this one goes left. Ah, gosh. Yeah, I want to say this. Get rid of the hair. Cyclone Riser was like the last riser I got because I don't have the Zetsume riser. If I ever do, that's gonna be on Zoriken. Ow. and because I actually got them here. Let's set them up here. Like, I like these holders. I like the fact they're present on all the belts, but these are honestly the most useless holders ever. Like, what was the point of them existing? Okay, so there. Here's the full look at the Slashriser. Wow. I like this so much. I just like having a full look at the driver, or well, belt. But yeah, I'm actually gonna try to keep it like that, so then the strap can actually like become straight. But let's start with the sounds. I'll admit, like, I don't really like how this is like translucent red. I would rather prefer it because, you know, the Slashriser. Like, okay, maybe it's because like the trigger. Well, I think it might be the same trigger, but I can't tell. But I could understand, like, I don't know, I just preferred like how the Slashriser. Yes, this does stick out, but it's like not translucent, so I guess if I'm nitpicking, then like technically then I'm saying that these shouldn't be translucent, but I like these being translucent. I just don't like this being translucent. But anyways.
Slashriser.
Oh wow. In person.
Slashriser.
This is really red, but on camera.
Slashriser.
It's like really yellow. That's a really weak slash. If I had to be honest, it's like, oh whoops. Can you use this as like a knife or something? Like, you can't. Okay, docking it. Lights. Okay, that's literally it. Now, well, technically it's like, well, you can just say it's here and then you can just grab it up here. But obviously, let's start the process. Yeah!
Slashrise.
Man, that's like almost so perfect, but the thing I absolutely like, I'll admit, I really want to like the Slashriser, but I think them omitting the armor sound kind of kills it, especially when we go to other progress keys, because you can obviously tell that the building up sound is from the progress key itself, which I'm really not big on. But yeah. So obviously. Burning Rain, but we get a new slash sound. Oh, this is not a review. And then belt finisher. And also, like, at first, initially, I thought the Slashriser was, like, still... Like, I thought the Slashriser was only, like, a red LED. Until you can, like... You can obviously realize that... when you... go through this... The colors start just, like, getting darker. And that's literally because... Thanks to this being, like, a red, like, essentially, man, this is so satisfying, but, essentially, because this is a red cover, it doesn't really emit, the 7 LEDs do not emit really well when, like, trying to emit through this, so it just makes it look really dark and such. Okay, just for fun, I really want to do that again, because I like the process of this. Oh my gosh, like, sliding it in is so satisfying. Oh gosh, that's fun. And, like, look at this. Like, I like... You know what? Is this more of an orange? You know what? Now, actually, like, looking at this, is this more of an orange light? That's actually cool. That's really interesting. Gotta do it accurately. I think this is one of the coolest, like... I think that's one of the coolest new features that this brings in. Is the fact that when you insert a PowerRider key, it will actually light up, because the Slashriser doesn't do that. But, like, it's just amazing, like, sliding this thing. Oh, oh my gosh, it's so smooth. Obviously, when you're transforming into Jin, you have to use your one hand, because obviously Valkyrie, she does it by here. Because Yua does it by... Yua uses 2 hands. I know that's really stupid, that, like, of how I'm differentiating this is like, okay, to know it's Jin, it's... You insert this, and you have to use your entire hand. It annoys me so much when people are like, you know... It annoys me so much, especially like when I'm watching, like it aggravates me in like Japanese reviews, like, you know, like they insert it like so, and then they use their other hand, because that's Yua's thing, that's not Jin's thing. Jin's thing, he slots it in, and he does it with one hand. And obviously Fua just... Fua just does it like, you know, already open, so... But, man, this is so satisfying. I actually did not know this actually, like, was a more easier way. I think it's because this is not as protruding. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Man, like, yeah, this slides in a lot easier. Man. And like, one thing I want to point out, just because I don't know what, I don't know how to word it, like, politely. It just kind of, like, it made me like sit there and be like, what? But basically, I'm just looking at this. I'm like, wow, is this making like the phone case, or is the phone case making like the button look smaller, or is the button like actually like not as raised? But, see, okay, let's put in the phone. Slashriser. Actually, yeah. Burn Rise.
Slashriser.
See, there's the 7 OD. And that's it. Like, there's no, like, build-up sound. The sound that's supposed to play. Because this key, for some reason, they programmed it within this key. I don't know. It's so frustrating. But, it was, like, so mind-boggling, because I'm like, why? What? But, like, Zarikin was, like, whenever, like, cause I think this is also when we were talking about the Slashriser, he was, like, talking about how he wasn't expecting this huge, like, gap. Or, like, he was, like, he was telling me, like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. Oh, what's this button? But he was like, oh, wow, I didn't know, like... Or he's like, oh, wow, like, I didn't know that they were gonna, like... I thought it was gonna be impossible on, like, how... Impossible to, like... slot the key in, because I thought it was gonna be stuck like this. And I'm just like... Again, I try to be, like... Obviously, because I'm trying to be, like, as polite. But I'm just... But at the same time, just, like... Why would you think that... Why would you think that you would not be able to flip this down? And, like... At the same time, too, is, like, you're the one that's actually watching the show. You should know that, like... It flips down. So why would you expect the toy... to be stuck like this? Like, again, it's just, I don't like it. It's gonna sound like I'm bashing on Zarikin, but I don't know, just that, I'm just like, how... Why would you think they wouldn't do something about this and such? But I want to take a comparison. I want to take a look at basically the sheer difference, because I actually want to say that you can't tell, but like they definitely changed. Okay, so this one would be here, so I think they changed where exactly this lands, because this one's like all the way back here, which is why I'm able to do that, while with this. So I think it might be... I think it's just because they changed the placement of this holder, the button where it holds. Not sure why, but I think that's what's creating that smoothness. The smoothness of like inserting this, because as you can see here, it gets held up until down there, but then the shot riser it doesn't, like, I think because it is a bit too early. Okay, wait, let me compare this with a key that's Joker. So here's Burning Falcon. Yeah, like, and you just saw too, like, this one's more springy. this one's like more like sluggish. So yeah, they basically like, because you can see it's getting turned like that, but then with this one, it's like, it's more like, there's definitely like, there's more like, there's a more clear pathway, I guess, for inserting the progress keys. But obviously we can't transform it like Fua if we wanted to. Obviously, we don't know how someone will transform with this. Like, honestly, because this, I guess another disappointing thing, for me, with the Slashriser is that Jin's the only user of it. There's no other user for the Slashrisers. Unless those mass-produced ones are, like, considered that. But it's just, like, I'm personally not really big on the fact that Jin's the sole user of the Slashriser. Because, again, it defeats the entire purpose of, like, you know, like, the Shot Riser for me. Because the Shot Riser is, like, yes, both, like, Fua and Yua used it. But it's just, like, there's at least multiple users for the Shot Riser. So, I was hoping that, like, later, like, the reason why that the Slashriser was premium banned is like, oh, we're going to get another user. But then, no, that never happened. Naki became a rider, but they didn't even, like, all they used was a Force Riser. And it's like, what the heck? And then, like, you know, Fua used Japanese Wolf, but then it's still for the I would have liked for the Slashriser, but it still just uses the Shot Riser, which I understand that makes sense, but it's just like, why can't we get someone else to use the Slashriser? Because then sticking this to one entire person honestly just hurts this. Ow, I'm hitting nerves. Yeah, I don't know why I was like messing up on like cutting. This is how you cut. But yeah, I think the Slashriser would have been a lot stronger and more meaningful if it actually had more than one user. But obviously, if we did attempt to do a Jin Burning Falcon, see, like, that bird screeching should have been stuck to this, not to the progress key itself. And also, I just don't like, I would have preferred if they just kept the Burning Falcon only, but not add the text-to-speech. Our previous premium Mandai. See, and then here's the issue, is that you got, like, the sounds from here conflicting with this thing. I forgot how to do that. Yeah, I'm not really happy that my cycle. I'm not really happy that my Cyclone Riser is now became like this. This is not good. I don't know. I just don't like messing around with the Force Risers because essentially it's like what I learned is that because obviously my Force Riser is more loose because I accidentally jammed it up, but essentially it's just like that's the issue with the Force Riser in my opinion. It's like once you jam it up like 3 times, it's like done. Like the spring, it's just not powerful. You're stuck with like really loose, like this is just not good. Like you shouldn't be able to like pull it that loosely. I despise those things so much. Like the Phoenix! Burning Falcon! See, again, this kind of works, but then again, because the red cover, like, okay, the 01 driver, you can at least see it because it's not, like, under a red lens, but it's just, like... Like, the blues are, like, definitely, like, messed up. But, yeah, I really like this one. But I hate the form, just because I would have preferred of it, like, it's somewhat an evolved burning, it's an evolved flying falcon, but I would have preferred, like, for, like, Zero, like, I would have preferred if it was, like, Shining Hopper with, like, within such, like, I want 01 to evolve with it, not just the form. Burn, rise! Yeah, and also the thing too is that this is the red is making the white pink. So obviously we don't have the Zetsumin Rise driver because that's in February. Speaking of that memorial set, I'm obviously not really I'm not really happy that they chose to re-release Burning Falcon as Jin's memorial. I understand why. I understand why they did it. Because he was, you know, Burning Falcon a lot longer than Flying Falcon. But at the same time, it's just like Flying Falcon was his main form. So, like, I understand this is a 01 form, but it's like, I don't care, this is Jin's. Like, this was his main one. Not this. And like the Falcon is like literally the same. Obviously, like this is different, but so it's just like I would have preferred if we just got like a for the Metzable Jinrai set we just got a normal Falcon, because now like the issue is that when you get the memorial set, it's just like if you don't have the Slashriser, sucks for you. Like, I really feel like they only did that so then the Slashriser can have a memorial version of something. Because then it sucks, because then you can't have memorial versions of Jin and Flying Falcon. Because they didn't release it. Because at least, like, I would have just preferred if they did, like, a Gem thing. Or like, X8 Memorial Gashat thing with, like, Kuroto with, Proto Mighty Action X. Like, it's Proto Mighty Action X, but then because they're still in the same lines, you can still do Proto Mighty Action X origin stuff, which is cool. But I guess for the case of this, because they're two separate progress keys, they were like, well, which one do we want Jin to go with? Do we want normal Jin or do we want Jin with suit? We're going Jin with suit, so then we can force people to buy this for like $200. Which is just like, why? Like, I like the Slashriser, but it's just like, why are you making people... Like, yes, I know the positive thing is that for people that didn't get the Slashriser, they can get the memorial version. At the same time, that's my counterpoint. You shouldn't have to get this thing to get this thing for the memorial version. The memorial version should have just came with this one. So then the only premium thing out of that was Dodo. Honestly, like, I guess if I had to go through a rant, I don't really like how 01's handling the memorial sets this year. It's... First of all, it's costly. It's the reason why the year of August we like blew it, because I was originally going to get stuff, but then we ended up like buying like 301 pre-orders. So like, it's just like I'm not like the Metzable Jinrai set is obviously the most expensive because it comes with another plate. Which is just like I just don't like how they're doing it this year. Because like at least with Geo, it's just like, oh yeah, like, you know, you get Geo, Gates and Waz, and then here's Tsukiyomi. Which makes sense because Tsukiyomi would have came in quotes anyway. But then with 01 it's just like, okay, so like we know that it's at least gonna get split because them releasing 8 riders is just way too much. Because obviously, I think I assumed this before, I believe, but like, so I knew we were going to get like a set that included like Rising Hopper, Shooting Wolf, Russian Cheetah, and then like, you know, maybe in like obviously Izu would be the exclusive of that because she hasn't been released, and then like because I was like, well, what the heck are they going to do with Caucasus? Just throw them in there. There's the first set, and then the second set will just be Metzable Jinrai, which makes sense. So obviously Hirobi, Naki, Jin, and Ikazuchi. Okay. No. Let's split this into 3 sets. So obviously the first 2 sets that get announced, the A.I.M.S and Zaya set, which is to me the most perfect set because that set is just like, okay, this is what I was expecting. Shooting Wolf, Russian Cheetah, Amazing Caucasus, and then because we needed exclusive, Japanese Wolf. And it was just like, okay, that makes sense. Naki did work with Guy, and they worked with Fua. So, okay, I know everyone's like, why aren't the Metzable Jinrai progress keys all together? It's because for some reason they had to throw in Hirobi's new form in the Metzable Jinrai set. Because obviously if they threw that in the A.I.M.S and Zaya set, that wouldn't make sense. So, Metsubo Jinrai set, Sting Scorpion, Burning Falcon for no reason, and then Dodo. So I was like, okay, 2 of the 3 of those are fine. Why is Burning Falcon here? Oh yeah, and like 4th thing, Arc Scorpion and the Zetsumirai driver plate. It's like, great. This is gonna be around like $80. It is $80. And it's just like why? Like the Metsubo Jinrai set is literally filled with essentially all new things. Except for Scorpion and technically Dodo. Or see, at least with me, with the Metsubo Jinrai set, I can actually get Dodo now, a normal Dodo, one that doesn't have that crack plate switching gimmick, because I could care less about the cracked plates if I had to be honest. So I can just have a normal Dodo that doesn't have to deal with that. And then whenever like Zraiken gets the Zetsumirai and the Zetsumirai keys and such, yeah, then he can play around with all of that and such. But other than that, it's just like because as I don't know if I've stated this before, but it's just like the reason why I think that X8, like, you know, as despite how negative I am towards X8 now, like, despite how much I think the Gashat series isn't really like, it's just kind of like, I can at least appreciate its memorial set, because the memorial set is honestly like jam-packed with like 50 or at least like 30 plus quotes from each character and such. And also, the best thing is that these were optional. You didn't need to get them. It's, if you're a really big fan of the series, then heck yeah, go get this. And the additional bonus is that they came with additional stickers, or optional stickers, to make these memorial versions a part of the Legend Rider Gashats. To which, if you get the memorial sets, you can complete your like Legend Rider Gashat line, which you can argue that the memorial Gashats are required because, you know, you have to complete your Legend Rider Gashats, but like other than that, they don't function like them, so that's why they don't function at all like Legend Rider Gashats. So you're for like appearance wise, it's gonna look like a Legend Rider Gashat, but functionality wise, it's way different. So the Legend Rider Gashat line is forever like incomplete without X8. And like, honestly, like, I still have to say, like, the Legend, or not the Legend Rider, the Memorial Gashats honestly function the best. Because then, when it came to the ride watches, obviously, they couldn't do the thing where, oh yeah, we will change the stickers and such, because obviously, like, consumers most likely do not want to do that. But then it's just like, they threw in Tsukiyomi, and it's like, okay, like, obviously people view this as a way like, oh, they're like doubting themselves on like Tsukiyomi selling. It's just like, honestly, I think it's just, to me, it's smart, because it's just like, okay, like, she debuted near the end of the series, and you're already planning this memorial set, you might as well throw her in. It's just like, that's fine. Though, like, obviously, the issue with her being a part of the memorial sets is that we're never going to get a clean version of her transformation. Because despite there being a normal mode, the normal mode transformations for the Geo Ride Watches, or the Geo Memorial sets, they're still the same no matter what mode they are. So you're still stuck with all the, like, background sounds and such. So we're never going to have a toy version of Tsukiyomi's clean transformation. Nor are we ever actually going to get it. Because Battle Rush is offline. And in City Wars, Tsukiyomi can't form change. So we're never going to have her transformation, just like Thouser. And so, then with, like, the 0-1 sets, in my opinion, just being unnecessarily scattered, it's just like, what the heck are you guys doing? And I think the issue stems from here is that, like, 2 of these exclusives are things that technically we should have gotten, but we knew that they were going to hold back on. And obviously, the Izu Humagear key, and Japanese Wolf. Now, Japanese Wolf, I actually do have to admit, it is smart on them that they did hold back, because obviously Orthos, or it's either Ortheus or Ortho. I'm going to go with Orthos because Orthos the polearm from Warframe. So, Orthos Vulcan is my absolute favorite suit out of the entire show. The color scheme is literally my color scheme. So I'm like full on, 100% on supporting that form. I'm going to get the Soto, the figure art, whatever thing comes out for that form, I'm getting it. Like, no matter what. Like, it's just the perfectionate version of Assault Wolf. I love it so much. So, yeah, that's kind of why the set I'm most excited for is obviously the A.I.M.S and Zaya set, because I gotta get Orthos Vulcan. But, so that set I'm putting to the side because that set is honestly like the perfect set. That's how a memorial set should be. The Hidden and Metsubo Jinrai sets are what's flawed. The Hidden set, honestly, what the heck? Like, it's underwhelming, I'll admit. It's like, okay, Rising Hopper, okay. Izu Humagear key, okay. Realizing Hopper, okay. This is where I draw the line. Because I think it's cool. Like, I like Realizing Hopper because it's really cool to have a, like, technically Gashapon Canditoid version of 02. That's what I thought it was going to be. But then it's not, because it's just take 02, but take the assets of Rising Hopper. So, as that falls. My issue with Realizing Hopper is just like, what is this supposed to provide, quotes-wise? The final, like, the finale lines? Like, the dialogue from the finale? Like, that's it? Like, actually, you know what? I actually finally just put it together. The huge issue with 01's memorial sets is that they're putting out memorial versions of items that are forms, which doesn't really help, because, like, that, to me, that just doesn't work, because it's like, you know what, Aruto and Hirobi, they already have their lines from their respective keys, but then when you're shoving in foreign progress keys into memorial sets, it's just like, what is this supposed to provide to us? Like, because obviously it's not going to be like, it's not going to be like this. Like, obviously, because it's a memorial set, but it's just like, I feel like it's redundant, because it's like, with the Aruto and Hirobi, it's like, you guys already have memorial keys. Why do you need more? Now, they didn't say, now the blog, the complete selection modification blog, or just the Bandai Toy blog in general, they didn't specify I don't believe they specify exactly what the quotes or like the dialogue that Realize and Hopper has, but at least with Arc Scorpion they specify it was like lines, obviously lines from Hirobi and Aizu, which, you know, that makes sense and such. But then it's like, what about Realizing Hopper? Because I see that Progrise Key just acting something like Rockin' Hopper. So it's just like... And I want to point this out too, because I thought it was dumb that people were pointing this, or people were like wanting this, but people like, when like, you know, when we were speculating what the Heathen stuff was going to have, people were like, oh yeah, Rockin' Hopper. It's like, why would you want that? That thing already has dialogue. Like, now, the issue is that it's not going to be consistent with... Oh, I have it right here. Now, the issue with Rockin' Hopper is that it's not going to be consistent with your other memorial sets, because the issue is that, I think from what I know, is that the thing that they're actually going to carry over from X8 is that, maybe... from what I can tell from the Fighting Jackal Progrise Key, is that the dialogue's actually going to play by itself. You're not going to need to like press the button for the dialogue to play, because if you're in the dialogue mode, you should just let the dialogue play by itself. You shouldn't allow the consumer to press the button, or you shouldn't make the consumer press the button when you're in the mode. So, gosh. So it's just like, that's what I'm looking forward to the most with the memorial sets, but like, other than that, it's just, I don't understand why you would assume, or, no, people were like assuming Rockin' Hopper and then 02, and it's like, why would they re-release a final form? Like, I understand that. Well, okay, people were technically partially correct on 02 because Arc Zero, or Arc Scorpion. But, like... why would you want a memorial version of this? Like, the only reason why I can see them doing a memorial version of this is so then we can actually have the sound, or so then we can have the activation sound of the like 02 driver. Because the cool thing that Arc Scorpion is doing is that they're actually having the announcement for the Zetsumarise driver, which is absolutely cool. I'm hoping Realizing Hopper actually has the 02 driver sound, but I doubt it would. So, like, if Realizing Hopper does that, then like obviously every flack I'm giving it, then that's a pass. Well, okay, the only flack I'm giving it is just what dialogue's gonna have. Other than that, I'm actually looking forward to the key. But like, I don't know. It's just like, cause like. Oh, okay, the issue, I guess what I'm saying, the huge issue with the 01's memorial set is that the exclusive Progrise keys are all forms. Technically. Because Japanese Wolf is mainly being advertised for Vulcan. But that one, obviously, because as I said, like Orthos Vulcan, I'm protecting it 100%. So, like, Orthos Vulcan gets a huge pass for me. Like, he gets a free card. He gets to go freely, while Realizing Hopper and Arc Scorpion, they get beaten the heck out of. Because Arc Scorpion is a really bad kick bash. I can't believe you can, like... Arc Scorpion just made me realize on how you can take such an amazing suit and make it look horrible. So... that's what Arc Scorpion taught me. And again, they did that with Zero One's movie form. They took a great suit and made it horrible. Because that's what... And now the thing, too, is like, well, we gotta wait for the movie Premium Bandai set to get released because we gotta get the Eden driver plate, like, driver unit and the ProRise key, and then we gotta get Bleak Rising Hopper ProRise key, and then, like, I think the attachment is gonna be permanent. So we gotta get that one. And it's just like... But then there's apparently those, like, mass-produced, like, Slashrisers, which, honestly, I just hope they don't release, because, honestly, I don't see the point of them releasing that. I do not want to get another Slashriser. It's like, why are you making a repaint of a repaint? Or, like, why are you making a repaint of a remold? Like, no. Stop! But it's just like... I don't know where Zero One's gonna go. Like, now everyone... I don't know. And also the thing, too, is I don't know why everyone's panicking about, like, oh no! There's not gonna be any V-Cinemas for Zero One! Oh, what am I to do? It's just like... Everyone, can you, like, please just be patient and just let things be the way they are? Because I think it's obvious everything got... I think what I assume is that everything got pushed back. Everything that was originally planned got pushed back a season. Like, obviously, if the summer movies went the way they went, then obviously, like, everything would have went the way they went. But obviously, because we essentially lost the summer movie craze, we're having our summer movies take place in winter. And we're having our winter crossover taking place in the spring. Which, I actually don't mind the Saber and Zero One movie taking place in spring. Because that's actually good timing. Because, you know, by that time, it's going to be the 50th anniversary for Kamen Rider. So, and at this time, too, it's going to be the 45th anniversary for Sentai. So, I'm hoping that the budget that originally went towards the winter movie actually sticks with it. Like, or what I'm hoping what happened is that the budget that was supposed to go into each respective movie stayed with that respective movie. Like, I don't want it so that the Zero One movie took the budget of the winter movie or the winter crossover movie, and the winter crossover movie is essentially stuck with nothing because they don't do spring movies anymore. But technically, it's like I just want it so then the Zero One movie's budget is still intact with the Zero One movie. It didn't you know, dissolve, and they're like, oh shoot, we're gonna have to use the Zero One or the Saber and Zero One crossover movie budget for the Zero One movie, especially because Rider movies are only an hour, which is why I'm honestly confused as to why they can't double bill it this year. But if it means we can have like a 45th anniversary movie or a Cure Majors movie can celebrate the 45th anniversary before the actual 45th, okay. But yeah, so that's what I kind of assume how things are going to be. And then the huge issue though is just how V-Cinemas are going to work exactly, because I think at this point, well, actually, first of all, I assume that if we are, like, for the Saber and Zero One movie to, you know, happen in around spring, I don't think it can happen around... It definitely cannot happen around March, because that's when Zet's movie presumably is going to premiere. I don't think they want those two movies competing. So, and Saber is going to premiere right now because I have a City Wars notification just went off. But basically, I think Toei obviously does not want to compete with Tsuburaya because they're doing way better than them. So I assume that we will get a spring movie around April and May at best. I want to say at least April for sure, because that's when Rider's anniversary is. So then, like, you know, like, I can see, like, the Saber and 01 crossover movie being, like, Kamen Rider Reiwa, the 50th generation or something like that. But, like, I really hope that the spring movie is, like, essentially what we would have gotten in the winter. I don't want a superhero Tyson kind of film with Saber and 01. Like, because I guess to me, personally, and I find it funny too, because I am wearing my Showa, Heisei, and Reiwa Kamen Rider shirt. But, like, to me, with Rider, like, with, you know, every Rider series, I always look forward to the winter movies, because honestly, those are the movies they actually do, like, they, like, throw in their best at. Because the winter movies are always, like, honestly really fun to watch. Yeah, I'll admit, even Hasty Generations Forever. But even then, like, that's why, like, I'm really hoping that the Saber and 01 crossover still holds that up and not get dunked down because, oh, it's a spring movie. Let's just get our, like, typical, like, producers. No. Actually, like, no. Treat this like a winter movie. Have the production team of Saber and 01, or I guess mostly Saber, have the production team, or like whoever you can get, just have the production teams that worked on both shows, or get good directors to produce this spring movie and get both writers of the show to write it, or one of them, and you're good to go. Don't get who you typically get for the Tyson movies. Stop. They did stop, but then again, because of the fact this is a 50th anniversary movie, I can see them just being like, oh yeah, let's get these guys back. It's like, no. Like, just honestly, as long as you have the writer, like, honestly, I would prefer just to have both main writers, because honestly, like, from what I don't think they're going to do what they did with the Tyson films, because obviously they learned from Heisei Generations, or at least the first two. The third one is like, eh. But, like, basically to me, it's like, they've learned from how to do proper crossovers from at least Heisei Generations and Final. Forever, they still felt like they didn't know how to do it, but then that's just because Gio's writer. So, honestly, as long as you have 01's writer involved, we're good to go. I know people despite him, but, like, one thing I can at least give to him, he knows how to work continuity. So, if we have him and you're bringing other writers back, we're good. Because he wrote the first two, so I would have liked for him to write the third one, but I understand that, like, you know, Gio's writer, or they're like, hey, Main show writer, you can write this movie, right? Yeah, I can. So, but honestly, I like. See, this is the issue too, because okay, like we got the spring movie situated. It's gonna happen around April and May. But for us, typically also around that time too, this is where we get V cinemas. But most likely the V cinemas got pushed, or the V Cinexes got pushed. And I honestly think the way I think it's kind of obvious. I think the way the 01 V cinemas are going to work is that they're going to work the exact same like X8, because again it's the same writer. So we're going to get Vulcan and Valkyrie, Thouser with Naki, and then we're gonna get I don't know, Hirobi versus Jin or something like that. But actually, no, it'll be Thouser versus Naki, and then Hirobi with Jin. If you understand why I subtitle each one for specific reasons, thank you. So, I don't know what they're going to do with Ikazuchi. Sucks for Raiden. So, like, I think it's going to be put in the trilogy, but the thing, see, I'm trying to think of how exactly it's going to work, because I think most likely we will get, I think the 01, like if the 01 V Nexus work exactly like how the X8 X8s weren't V Nexus. They were in theaters, but they weren't V Nexus. So with X8, I think the way it worked is that Brave and Snipe released at the end of February, and then Paradox and Pulpy got released in the middle of March, or at the beginning of March. See, I actually don't remember if it worked like... Actually, no. Okay. I think Brave and Snipe released at the end of March. And then... See, I don't remember if... Yeah. Brave and Snipe released at the end of March. Paradox with Pulpy got released in the middle of April. And then Gem vs. Laser got released at the end of April. So I think if this formula works, and I guess to back it up too, before these got officially released physically, they got released digitally. So at the end of January, Brave and Snipe got released, and then at the middle of February, Paradox with Pulpy got released, and then at the end of February, we got Gem vs. Laser. So taking that formula and trying to apply that within the second half of the year, because typically, you know, like, Build was the last series I did 2 V Cinemas, because Geo's really obvious, or Geo's clear that they weren't going to do another one, because they didn't announce it. So, typically, you know, because whenever we do get second V Cinemas, that will come out in November and such. So, and it's gonna be funny because it's like we're literally getting like our. This is the huge flaw though. After I finish this, so I guess we had to take this X8 formula and apply it to the second half of the month. So assuming that so this means like they're gonna at least start releasing around like October at best, and I'm gonna assume that each one of these are going to come with their own PowerRider key. So, because surprisingly, XA didn't do that, which I'm thankful they didn't. But then that's because the V-Cinema stuff for XA honestly were kind of lackluster. But then I'm gonna give it a pass because recolors in video games, that's common. So, but we apply this logic. We apply this logic with the second half. So we will at least get these in like October, November, but then now I mean like in theaters wise, that means like at least like Vulcan and Valkyrie. That'll mean that'll premiere in theaters in August, and then Hirobi with Jin and Thouser vs. Naki, those are going to premiere in September. I was going to say there's a conflict, but because it seems like lately they've been putting summer movies out in July, so I think we're okay with the Saber movie and the 45th Sentai movie being in July. I think we're okay with the first wave of V-Cinemas starting in August and ending in, or not the first wave, just the 01 V-Cinemas in general, starting in August and then ending in November. But then, obviously the thing is that, like, what was I gonna say? Because, again, I don't think Kira Major's getting a V-Cinema because I think they killed off the V-Cinema series with Sentai, sadly. But, because then that would have been June and such. But then, I was going to say there's going to be a conflict somewhere. But, I'm not sure where there would have been a conflict. But, well, I was gonna say, like, one of the things that obviously would not work is that, like, it's like, oh hey, we're on our third Railroad Rider, and we just started the Visa Nexus for 01. It's just like, I can see that being really jarring for people because it's just like, okay, it's literally been a year since 01. Why are we getting V-Cinemas of this now? And then, like, with Saber's like, hey, we're gonna do V-Cinemas. Oh yeah, by the way, make sure you catch... Oh yeah, by the way, make sure you watch the 01 V-Cinemas. And it's just like... So basically, announcement-wise, it's too cluttered. Because it's just like, okay, Saber V-Cinemas, but then, hey, look, we're starting the 01 V-Cinemas too. Or we're starting to premiere them now. But, I at least assume the 01 V-Cinemas are going to get announced after... Oh, okay, I can see this going many ways. They're going to announce the 01 V-Cinemas as part of, like, the 50th project thing. Like, oh yeah, as celebrating 50 anniversaries, we're going to do the 01 V-Cinemas. It's like, well, no, duh. You're supposed to announce that in December, but... Or like, well, no, duh, you're supposed to announce it after the series, but because we haven't done the movie, will you announce that? So, or maybe... Yeah, that's the other thing, too. Maybe we will get a V-Cinema announcement after the movie, presumably. Or an announcement for a Saber and 01 movie. Because typically that's what the summer movies announce anyway, so... But, yeah. So... Okay, this is a sticker. I actually don't want to do that. Okay, it actually can't fit because this is too thick. But... It's not actually clipping on snugly. But hello?
Burning Falcon's ability.
Yeah, this just doesn't want to clip on. That's weird. But oh, is it because there's oh, okay, there's a specific clip for this. Yeah, it's down here. Okay. But I'm pretty sure obviously by the summer everything's gonna go back to normal, but although that does mean we actually have a spring movie to look forward to. But again, it depends on the staff they choose. If it's staff from Saber or 01 and the writers are from Saber/01, I think we're good. But obviously we have to keep in mind too, they're producing a third Gaiden series, which honestly I would like for it to be an anthology series. I think it works better. I think that's gonna work the best because I can't see them. I honestly don't really want them to do another oh yeah, here's who we have left. Here's a Ryugen and Bravo Gaiden. Yay! Gaiden Volume 3! And it's going to be 11 episodes! And it's just if you're doing a show, or if you're doing an 11 episode show, and you're going to just focus on two characters, I honestly just don't want that. I want an anthology series. Gaiden the Anthology. Because I think this will honestly just work best. Just do I think the Garo series, like the Makai Resident, something like that. Just do something like that. Just bring back characters and such. So then, characters that were dead, Marika, Baron, Sigurd. We can't bring back Duke, but so then we can actually see something so then you don't have to deal with oh yeah, this character is dead, so we can't do a Gaiden. But if you do an anthology thing, you can let's see what Kaito and Yoko have been doing after Go Rider or something like that, or I joked about a Rider Time Gaim where it's set after the time reset and shenanigans happen. Or I joked about this, if they're going to do the two rider format of Gaidens, then we're gonna do Bujin Gaim and Saver, and then feature Omagio. See, that's the thing too. It's just I think that would be cool because obviously I think if it's an anthology series, we can focus on certain movie writers and such. We can have an entire episode focused on 15. And essentially more on his backstory. More on how he obtained that's too far. More on how he obtained the 15 or the Heisei Rider 15 or the Heisei Rider 15 Rider Lock Seed. The Heisei 15 Rider Lock Seed. Or him being a good guy. Or an episode on Bujin Gaim on how exactly he became a war god. And I don't know. He probably gets sent to the future or something by Paradox Roidmude, and he meets Omagio and he's why do you have a similar voice like me? And why do you have a similar voice like me? I want meta to be broken. Honestly, because I thought it was a missed chance that they didn't bring back Bujin Gaim. So they brought back Paradox Roidmude, but he didn't even voice himself at all. So do something dumb like that. I don't know. Adapt the novel. Because I would like for them to. I want to see suit versions of Zangetsu Jinba Melon, Ryugen Jinba Dragon Fruits. Like I want to see more Jinba forms. Honestly, I felt like they underutilized the Jinba forms. Honestly, but I want more writers in Jinba. I don't know, Baron Jimbo Lemon or something like that. Bring in Zangetsu Kachiroki arms in the show. Or something like that. Make the stage show, or connect the stage show within the series. Just like, there's so much possibilities that this guy Gaiden can do. Honestly, I just want them to bring Omageo in so then Bujin Gaiden and Omageo can fight. Like, I want to see those two in screen. I think it's a missed opportunity that we still didn't get a Bujin Gaiden lock seat, or Bujin Gaiden ride watch. And obviously, speaking of 50th anniversary things, because apparently I didn't really take much into this, but apparently it's actually a big deal that there's something coming up with Geo. I don't think it's much, if I had to be honest. Like Geo, I think the thing that's probably going to happen with Reiwa the second generation is that Geo is probably still going to be a part of it. So like Sogo is going to be like, I don't know, be the character he was in the first generation. And like, you know, he's going to be like the writers, like, yeah, I know about all the writers and such. I'm an overlord, you know that? So he's going to be like that characteristic throughout the entire movie. Like, I think that's going to be the only thing. I don't really think we're going to get a lot of Geo things. Toy-wise, I think they might actually release the Showa Riders. But the Showa Riders and Alpha and Neo, that's really it. And maybe PowerRider and RoboRider, or like RoboRider and PowerRider. So that's 15 plus 4. So yeah, that'll be like 19 like DX ride watches we'll still need. And I don't know, maybe throw Shadow Moon in or something. Because I can see them doing like a 20th, like, you know, like 50th, like Showa Rider lock seat, or Showa Rider ride watch plus Amazon's set. And that'll probably be like $200, which I'm like, yeah, that's okay. Like, I can see them doing that, but I don't really see them doing much with Geo. Like, yeah, maybe besides that they bring back Waz, but I don't think they can get Keisuke Watanabe back. Because I think he's actually shooting off to be one of the more popular actors. Because he was with Takeru Sato and such. So, I don't know if we can actually get Waz back. I'm just gonna say no. I honestly don't know who they can get back for Geo at this point, honestly. Sherry cut her hair, so they're gonna have to like make her. They're gonna have to like. They're just gonna be like, oh yeah, Suki only has a haircut, or they're gonna make her wear a wig. I feel like they can get Gates back, for sure. But other than that, I don't know what they're gonna do with this 50th movie, honestly. And then Sentai for 45th. Oh, I don't know what they're going to do. Okay, so like they're obviously going to be celebrating Gokaiger's 10th anniversary, but I don't think they're going to do like straight up like sequel to Gokaiger. But like at the same time, it's like I don't think it's going to be like Geo either. I can't see Sentai attempting to do a Geo because they can do much better than that for sure. But yeah. What else do I have to say? So I already explained the 01 movie. I explained Kamara Reiwa, the second generation. The Kira Major movie we don't know anything about. Apparently people were speculating that Mashin Zabun was supposed to be the movie mech, but I don't see that because I assumed that we weren't going to get a movie mech for the Kira Major movie, because I thought we knew that Zabun wasn't going to be a movie mech. Because if it was going to be a movie mech, then yeah, that sucks. Because it most likely wouldn't have been used. And obviously, the hope of Kiramager versus Ryusoldier, very unlikely. Because, again, if that were to happen, that would have happened at the time that the Kiramager movie the Kiramager movie took. So, yeah, no Kiramager v Cinema. But yeah, like, oh man, like the schedule, the movie schedules, they're a mess. But that's what I at least think they're going to be and such. Obviously, the Z movie is going to be sometime around March, and honestly, I do hope they actually do bring in Guy. Because that actually did finish filming, which is interesting. And, you know, I don't really see them doing any surprises for us and such, but honestly, I can't see them not bringing in Guy for Zed because he's the originator of the fusions. So, a Guy access card has to be like a movie exclusive somehow. Because the thing is that you already have Juggler. And I at least assume we're going to get 6 access cards at best. Like, yes, they can bring in Leto. They can bring back Leto somehow and make Grand Saber X-Zero canon. But I honestly don't know how they're going to make that design a suit. It has a lot of translucent parts and such. And great, I messed up and filmed over 25 minutes. But let me just finish this before we actually continue and go back to this. So I think the way it could work, because I can't really see them just having Juggler there and like just not have Guy appear. I'm sure that Guy has to appear at some point in Zet. I feel like it might be the movie for sure, and then just give him a new form, or either make him transfer, or just make him transform into Trinity. But I would prefer if Guy actually did get a new form and such. But then again, technically, you can't argue, if Guy were to use the Slashriser, he would have been voicing his finishers in the Slashriser. Yeah, but you would have said the same thing for Zero. And Zero's not in the toy. So, I think obviously I can't, there's no way of, accessing the sounds, directly. Okay, yeah, directly you can, obviously, you have to, do a lot of coding and, actually open it up and, find the files and such, for the Slashriser to, find all the combinations, but, by just doing, simple, presses, you can't do that. So, you can't go through a sound mode with the Slashriser, sadly. So I can't, figure out if there's, a Guy, access granted, thing. But yeah, I really do hope we do get a Guy access card, and I do. Well, and the thing too is that I do hope I feel like we will get a premium Bandai set of the access cards with the M78 language, because Juggler's access card is what comes with the Dark Slashriser. His isn't the Gashapon. His isn't the DX one, because his is prop accurate. So I feel like we're gonna get one of the other 4, which technically means you can't actually get the Leto card. But I wonder how expensive it's going to be, especially because the Leto card, and it's going to be only 4 cards. Again, unless Guy gets one or if like another previous host actually uses the Zriser. Like, I don't know why. I actually want another like person from the franchise to come back and use the Zriser because I like how universal the Zriser actually is. Like, I don't know, like I don't know, I think this one would be the most funny if like Asahi were to come back and then like she's able to do like, I don't know, an ultra fusion of something. I think it would be cool if like Asahi was able to use the Zriser. Like, I don't know why she's the first person I would have thought of, but it's just like I think it's because she's more of a recent one. But then again, I think it would be cool if like Hiroyuki was able to use the Zriser and such. just make everyone use the Zriser at this point, you know. But yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to eat, but then just like I think this demo, I'm just gonna sit down and like put in whatever in this. So I don't know how long I ranted for. I think that was like an hour I ranted about stuff. I don't even know how long this video is gonna be. Huh. So it's like 2 hours passed since I've like recorded, and I was just messing around with this thing because like yeah, my only like I think the things I don't like about this are like really nitpicky because I really wanted this to like be like exact same as the Slashriser. Because, you know, it's just, I don't really like how the PowerRider key itself has the sounds and not this thing. And honestly, it's just like, I would have liked if there was a lot more PowerRider keys that actually, like, had the sound set of this. Or, like, again, as I addressed before, if somehow, like, the PowerRider key knew it was in the Slashriser, and, like, if the finisher, like, I guess if the finisher was done differently, so then we don't have to deal with, like, stuff like this. That doesn't want to authorize. If only this was a 7 LED, that would have been amazing.
Slashriser. Spread your wings and prepare for a force.
Like, that just doesn't sound like... It's just like... If you want the phrase... Just get the 01 driver. Because I thought that was the whole point of the Slashriser. But then, like, this is the biggest issue. It's still doing the Slashriser stuff. So yeah, for the demo, whenever I actually do showcase all of the PowerRider keys, I know despite how much it goes against my word of like, I will literally show everything, I'm not gonna bother showing the rain attack because it's just... It's literally just what it would do in the Slashriser. Like, at least with the Cyclone Riser, it only just said, fine, spark, fine, the end. Not, you know, blast, rush. I thought I was getting walked in on. Obviously, like, you can't use these.
Slashriser. Take 畳みかける。開かない。プログライズキーのロックを解除しろ。
お前みたいな危ないやつに許可するわけがないだろ。
エイムズの会長は俺だ。
そのエイムズの武装指揮権は私にある。とにかくデアマギアの行方を追跡する。
力ずくで外せばいいだろう。Slashriser.
I find it dumb though. It's just like if these aren't gonna do anything in the devices, like what's the point of having these buttons still intact? Like, at least with this you remove them, but with these two you still kept them intact. So like, what was the point? Especially with Cheetah, you can't even insert it in anything. It's obviously just dumb on their part. I don't have Hibiki, so Burning Panda!
Slashriser. Scouting Panda. There is nothing unknown to his eyes.
That's so boring.
Search. Scouting blast. Rush.
I keep forgetting which tab is which. Obviously, I gotta do my two favorites. Because one of my favorites got cancelled on me.
Slashriser. Amazing head with mighty horn-like pincers that flip the opponent helpless. Strong. Amazing blast. Rush.
Strong!
Electric. Authorize.
Burning Giraffe!
Slashriser. Sparking Giraffe. Bursting sparks fly at full force.
Obviously, with these ones, you can see the other alternating colors a lot better because it's not red. It's not red lens over red with the black.
Electric. Sparking blast. Rush.
Electric.
Slashriser. Slashriser. Oiling Joker. Until it trusts itself to one detective. Slashriser.
burst like fireworks.
Henshin, Kamen Rider!
Great.
Kamen Rider! Henshin! Authorize. Slashriser. Rocking Hopper!
Type 1.
Jeez. See, this could have been Kamen Rider Naki, but no.
Kamen Rider! Rocking Blast!
Like, honestly, I kind of wanted Naki to use the Slashriser because it's just like, well, it makes sense. They wouldn't use a Raid Riser. I'm fine with Rider Naki. But from what I know, they barely got used, like Ikuzuchi. Which sucks. Obviously, we gotta utilize these two.
Slashriser.
Tanks that can chomp through concrete.
Like, honestly, the transformation, like, without Burning Falcon, is just not fun to go through because there's nothing after it. It's just, you know, like, the amalgamation of evil that climbs the top of a mountain of rock. And turn up to the sky and jumps to a rider kick to turn into a hope of fear. I swear the last two Texas speeches were honestly just dumb. Like, what even was Arc Scorpion? Arc Scorpions doesn't make sense. Realizing Hoppers, I'm like, I see where they're going. It's just a mouthful. But, like, Arc Scorpions just makes me, like, contemplate myself. Because I'm like, because I have to, like, repeat it to myself. But I still don't understand what you're saying. Like, Burning Tiger!
Slashriser.
Explosive power of 100 bombs.
Screech! I want this screech to be applied to every transformation. Flaming Rain Rush! Gosh.
stream.
Man, no screeching.
Exceed charging blast!
Rain! Oh, things you can only do in editing. Because I still don't have this one either.
Speed! Speed! Authorize. Slashriser.
Who was born a god and governs all.
Speed! Clock up in blast! Rush!
What else is there? Oh yeah, this one.
Joker! Last memory!
Great, we're gonna do it again. Because this is how it should have went.
Joker! Joker's ability! Authorize. Slashriser. Turn upping blade!
Fighting against fate with swords and cards.
Joker! Turn upping blast! Rush!
Only the second one. Speaking of sword users, I did not realize there was actually more.
Climax! Authorize. Slashriser. Visiting Zero!
Riding on a train that transcends space and time.
Climax! Revisiting blast! Rush! Juicy! Authorize. Slashriser. Staging time!
Assemble two warriors who dance magnificently.
Juicy! Unstaging blast! Rush!
So much easier injecting these out, honestly.
Game! Authorize. Slashriser.
Saving patience on the first try.
Game! Head-hopping blast! Rush!
surpasses all. Genius! Let's watch in the blast! Slashriser. Rider timing, an honorable and kind demon king. King! Rider timing, blast!
Okay, now we're gonna go through our last few.
Break more! Auto-rise.
Slashriser.
The Golden Soldier Thouser is born. Presented by Zaya. Break more! 1,000.
Man, it's so fun that it's dying. It's like, I'm like, oh shoot, I should replace the batteries. I'm like, but I'm getting the memorial version though. Though I should still replace the batteries.
Assault bullet! Override!
Slashriser.
Ready, go! Assault! No chance of surviving.
Like, I'm literally, see, all I was asking was for it to just to look like this. Like, was this really hard to do?
Assault charge! Magnetic storm blast!
Apparently, I forgot which tab was which. Okay, this one's definitely Assault Wolves because I have to tell from like which. Okay, I'm gonna say this one has to be Assault Wolves because. Yeah, okay, yeah, this one's definitely Assault Wolf, so. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna keep the tab on Burning Falcon or else I'm gonna keep losing track. If I switch you guys out, I'm so sorry. Man, I keep forgetting that I should pull that out before I take off the tab.
Everybody, jump! Authorize.
Slashriser.
You don't get it, it's high quality.
Everybody, jump!
we're definitely getting another, like, these two we're definitely getting V Cinemas. V Cinema repaints out of.
Rampage bullets! All right!
Slashriser.
Gathering round! Rampage happening! Panda, cheetah, hornet, tiger, polar bear, scorpion, shark, kong, falcon! Rampage bullets! Rampage Gatling, blast! Rush! Power! Speed! Element! On rampage! Rampage full! Blast! Rush!
This isn't a good cover, honestly. Like, this is just not acceptable at all. For a cover that's supposed to be really difficult to rip, no.
Slashriser.
Kamen Rider 02. It's never over. 02 jump. 02
Hmm.
Rush. Slashriser.
So I did a 0-2 Slashriser.
Slashriser.
Apparently, when you this doesn't make sense.
Slashriser.
Okay, yeah, okay. So definitely, like, the ones that authorize themselves. Okay, essentially the ones that open by themselves are really finicky within this.
Slashriser.
Essentially, you have to, like, double tap.
Slashriser.
Because for some reason, it'll just convert itself into the weapon, despite you authorizing it.
Slashriser. Slashriser. Slashriser.
Man, I did not know that would be so complicated. As I drop it.
Slashriser.
Well, that was essentially like a 4-hour video of the Slashriser and these 3 things. If only if I can. Like, obviously, just unscrew this. And, yeah. This thing you can technically, but I don't want to ruin this sticker that I've already had.
Slashriser.
Man, if only I can like, if only you can like do a good job at like emulating like Yua in episode 2, where she's just like recording fool like this. Obviously, you can't do that because like you look dumb. But like, other than that, and because there's like nothing here, because then you have to mask this area. You have to mask this area. You technically have to do still. You have to hold the shot, or you have to hold the frame, mask this entire screen, and then just have the footage play, and then just pretend.
A.I.M.S です。もしもし、私だ。すいません。
I'm sorry. Again, you can't put this within here. Can't open that. You can open this, but I can't spin it. So you can like, see, so this can be like an extra handle you can use for like cheetah. And initially what I was actually going to do is I was actually going to like transplant this from here, and it's like, what's the point? Because obviously like, obviously, I might actually, well, in addition to like the hacking the system, obviously I can just like, I can literally just yeah, I think I'm probably gonna just hold off, because I was gonna say like, yes, like I was actually going to like just stick it here. But that'll be it. That'll be a future hack in the system. Let me just put this back in. But, yeah, I just don't like this placement. It's horrible. So I think because it's not really much, this one I don't think I actually have to like really sit through that long, because it's just phrases. So it's like, I think I might actually like record this as a review for this one, the review and demo, because it's not that much. But it's squeaking. Like obviously because the tap's in, but you can be like, man, it's like you can technically double this as Arato's thing, even though he obviously holds the PowerRider key, but you'd be like, look, I'm Arato, I can actually, like, I don't know, like for some reason you're struggling with holding it. It's like, oh yeah, you can use this thing and just use this. No one will know. Because apparently doing this is too difficult. But yep. Who is this? That's Ryuki. And put these Heisei Riders back. And end this off once and for all. Because this is perfection. Inferno!
Slashriser.
Yeah, this doesn't hold on as securely. This doesn't clip in. Clips in from some point, but wolf phone. When will the Raid-Riser stuff ever come in for me? Well, this is PowerRider, and I'll leave you people. Bye.